So, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm just going to jump straight in here. If you're a notary who's tired of the appointment treadmill and you want to earn more per client, more per appointment, and build a business that's not chained just to your calendar and your appointments, this next 30 or 40 minutes or so will be exactly what you're looking for. There's a reason that so many notaries often feel overworked and underpaid. And today that changes. Our promise today is simple. Over the next half hour or so, we're going to show you a business in a box system that's usually only available to attorneys and financial planners or advisors, sometimes tax professionals. But now notaries can use them to earn recurring income if you want to. They can differentiate themselves and help families in a very profound way. And then just for being here today, I'm going to give you our partner guide to sparking conversations about estate planning. That's often the hardest part, is just bringing up the topic with your friends, family, your signers, your clients. So we fix that for you. I'll post that here in the chat in just a moment. And if you stick around to the very end of the presentation today, you're going to receive a free PDF copy of the book written by my special guest today, Jon Braddock. He's the CEO of My Life in Wishes, and he wrote a book called Click Here When I Die, and it's yours free if you stay to the very end. Does that sound okay to you? Are you guys here in the room with us? Can you type a yes in the chat if you're in a safe place to do so? John said, Miller, thank you. All right, awesome. Let me jump in here. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to give you your first free gift that you can download as a PDF by clicking the link. It's sparking conversations about uh, estate planning. Now, remember, that's just for people who are on the live call today. If you're watching the replay, these aren't available to you, unless, of course, you decide to join the partner program today. Then you can have pretty much anything that you want. And then, as you can see on the screen, Jon and I have mixed it up. We've switched things up because I love teaching from Google Docs, very easy to edit. And although a little less formal, I can share this document with you with all the graphics, the outline, the notes, the links that you're going to need. So you can just sit back today, listen, and then ask any questions that you have. So at the end of today's call, not only will you get the free PDF copy of Jon's best-selling book, Click Here When I Die, but I'll also share the link to this Google document you're looking at on the screen. So you have everything you need to take massive action. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bill Soroka, and I'm on a mission to help notary entrepreneurs serve more customers, make more money, cultivate more joy in their everyday work, and build a business that thrives no matter what. And I've built multiple notary businesses. I've authored 7 books. I've trained tens of thousands of notaries and even failed at 26 other businesses before I ever figured out how to truly build something that lasts. But my turning point was simple. Every successful business grows by increasing value per customer, not necessarily just the number of appointments. And in our world, working 12 to 16 hours a day, taking 10 to 12 appointments, running all over the town, just isn't sustainable in the long run. And once I understood that, my business and my life changed. And that's why today matters. Notaries are sitting on the biggest trust advantage in personal service, but almost no one capitalizes on it. So, am I in good company today? Have you ever felt like you're working harder than your income reflects? Can you just type a me in the chat if that sounds somewhat relatable to you? So me. All right. All right. It looks like we are in good company here. So I'll tell you something that I hear every single week. A family loses a loved one. Suddenly they've got to, not only do they have to manage their grief, but they have the chaos of figuring everything out. They don't know where documents are, like their wills, the family trust, if there even was one. There's no end of life instructions. There's no clear picture of what accounts they had, where the passwords are, where life insurance, did they have it or not? They don't even know where the cash stashes might be. And what breaks my heart is that there are over $1 billion in unclaimed life insurance benefits sitting in state treasury accounts because families didn't even know their loved ones had a policy in the first place. They didn't even know that they should be looking through all those drawers and boxes of papers at dad's house. And it becomes what my friend Jon here calls the morbid scavenger hunt. And you've probably seen or heard some version of this in your own life, in your own family, or even at your own appointments. And here's the disconnect. Estate planning is more important than ever when you ask people about it, but hardly anyone is truly prepared. Attorneys see it, financial advisors see it, and now notaries see it firsthand because we're often working with the public who are going through some of life's most intense moments. But for us as notaries, the old fashioned safe way of handling these situations was, the notaries um, get paid. You show up, you get paid for the service that you provided. You feel bad for the situation that they're in, of course. And then out the door you go, off to the next appointment. But there's a new way, one that allows you to further your mission to protect 1 million families across the country and to help more of your customers in your community, all while helping you earn a lucrative cash flow. In this new way, as a Legacy Vault partner, you upgrade to more of a trusted resource, bringing deeper value by going above and beyond just a simple stamp. You get to be a solution provider to problems that we're all going to have at some point, right? I was on an interview or a podcast interview with Dean the other day, and his dad told him, "Hey, none of us are getting out alive. Like we're all going to have to go through this." But you also get a chance at increased or recurring income. There's a built-in differentiator here because nobody but our Legacy Vault partners can offer this level of value that you're going to hear about today. So, what sounds better to you? The old way, stamp and go, wish them well, thoughts and prayers, or the new way? Can you type old or new in the chat? If you're in a safe place to do so. Miller, Tawana. Fantastic. All right, that's good. We are all visionary notaries. We're on a mission to help more people and, of course, make more money while we're at it. And now I want to introduce you to my friend Jon. He is my friend. He's my business partner. He's the CEO of My Life and Wishes and the creator of the Legacy Vault, plus the best-selling author of that book I told you about in the beginning, Click Here When I Die. He's also the podcast of estate planning nightmares and how to avoid them. And he shows up to our high performance notary community twice a month for the momentum call. And this guy lives and breathes the estate planning industry, and he's surrounded by the top professionals in that industry. So please help me welcome in the chat Jon to the stage with a warm hello, and maybe even tell us what state you're hailing from in the chat so he can see those greetings come in and know where you guys are at. Jon, come on up. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning, except for those of you who are on the East Coast, and it's now afternoon for you. It looks like, let's see, we've got Alabama, North Carolina. Oh, you guys had a lot of snow out there in North Carolina and cold weather, Jon. California, yes, Texas, Alabama, Phoenix, woohoo, I'm in Scottsdale. Delaware, great. We've got a great group on here this morning and all engaged. Yes. So I love the enthusiasm in here. And now what I want to do is just jump right in and talk about the tool that's behind this whole thing. My wife and I built the Legacy Vault after experiencing the disaster that happens when a loved one passes away, and you have no idea where anything is. As I think Miller said in the comment earlier, what did he say? One second. He said the last thing you want to do while grieving is searching for documents. And we had no idea. We didn't know where the documents were. We didn't know passwords, where any of the accounts were. We had no instructions, nothing. It was a mess. But you know what? It's totally preventable. So we created the Legacy Vault as a secure, digital, easy to use, intuitive platform where families can organize everything that their loved ones will need to know long before they'll actually need it. So let me give you a quick preview of what that looks like. So what I'm going to show you is a few of our partner sites, because what we do, our partners direct people to their website to learn more about the Legacy Vault. Now, this happens to be Dean Eason Williams' site out in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's his logo, his brand. So they're learning from him. And then when their clients actually go to log in, there's a button on the site. And when they click that button, magically, they get to a login screen. And the login screen doesn't look like My Life and Wishes. It's branded to our partners, which is always keeping you top of mind for your clients. And so when someone logs in, what they see is their main dashboard. Now, what's in here? And this was my instructions 10 years ago to my development team. You need to make this so intuitive that my 80-year-old mother can do this. And so we built everything into very easily navigated sections: personal, financial, family, who the advisors are, all my documents, place for videos, which I'll talk on, end of life wishes. So everyone knows everything they need when that time comes. And now I'm showing you a different partner. And so the insides of all these platforms, they're exactly the same, have the same content. But what I want to point out with some of these screen shares is that these will be customized and branded to our partner. So this is our good friend Janine out in California. This section is financial. These are the important things, folks. These are the things we struggled with in finding. These are the things that if a family has to go through probate, that the attorney's going to need to know. So there's a place to list out all the bank accounts. That's the money. Show me the money, right? The debt obligations, all the loans. Then also a place for credit cards and investments, because credit cards is so critical. When someone dies, the first thing anyone will tell you is cancel the credit cards. Because why? We all live our lives on auto pay and recurring pay. And if those credit cards don't get canceled right away, boom, money is leaving the door until they do, that the family will never get back. Then we have a place for the important documents, such as the family trust, copies of the will, powers of attorney, certificate of trust. All these things are accessible, and so much more. People put their birth certificates in there, their marriage licenses, and any kind of documents you can imagine. And my biggest pet peeve in the world is website logins. A to Z. That's Amazon to Zoom. And we all have them. And we have far more than we think we do. And the challenge is most things that we have might be on auto pay and recurring pay also. And family's going to need to take it down. And think about Facebook. Now, I'm an older guy. I have at least 7 friends on Facebook with active accounts, and they are deceased. Some of them for as long as 10 years. And the families haven't been able to take those accounts down. I don't know about you, but I don't want my kids getting reminders from Mark Zuckerberg to, hey, wish dad a happy birthday 3 years after I'm gone. So this is an easy way for family to be able to shut down all those things or memorialize them when that time comes. Okay, now I'm showing another partner site. So you can see it's all branded. It's got the colors that they need that matches their website. This is a place to list advisors. I tell people there are 3 people you absolutely must list: your attorney, your financial advisor, and your accountant. Because families, and anyone who's been through this knows, You have to work with those three people when someone passes.
I love that you added the spiritual advisor on there too, Jon, because that's a
You
big
got to
deal
have
too
your
for arranging ceremonies and stuff.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then end of life wishes. Okay, come on, folks. I don't know if you've ever heard this or not, but a good friend of mine, Nick, he said to me when we built this back in 2015, 2016, he said, you know, Jon, I wish I'd known that mom wanted to be cremated before I buried her. Sad, but true story. And he didn't find out until I think it was 2 months after mom passed. He was closing out mom's house, going through things, and he finds a journal, and mom had written in there, yeah, I think I'm going to be cremated someday. And he's like, seriously, mom, we couldn't have at least had this conversation. But many people don't talk about that. And so let's make sure family in the worst possible time of their life aren't trying to figure out and make decisions that they hope will be pleasing to their departed loved one. And there's a place for the gifts and plans and all those kinds of things. So anything you can think of that family will need. And the video vault, as my good friend Dean says, he likes to call this the time capsule. This is a place where you can record and store memories that you want to pass on, loving messages to your kids, maybe your ethical will. Leave those values behind, and they're there forever, and family will be able to access those. As we scroll down, we're now highlighting a new partner's site with her colors and brand. We have a section for pets. This is really important. We all have pets, right? And sometimes we predecease our pet. We want to leave clear instructions, and this is a place where we can indicate who the pet is, how old, type, age, breed. We can indicate if there are any behavior issues, keep them away from small children or other animals. List the vet, any medications they might be on, and all the things that family would need to know if I died or if I'm incapacitated and someone has to come in and care for my pet. And then people will often say, well, how does someone get this when they need it? And that's what we call an authorized user, which is kind of our secret sauce. This is a place where I can list, maybe one of my responsible adult children or a highly trusted sibling. And I can put in their information, and I have total control over what they could see or edit within the platform. Now, for clarity, I would never give my kids the ability to edit anything in my platform. They're only going to need to see it. And Bill would often say to me, he's like, hey, Jon, what stops though Mary from logging in and looking around, even though she's an adult? Well, what stops Mary from logging in is if she goes to log into my account, she'll get a pop-up and it'll say, hey, Mary, you are about ready to access your dad's account. Oh, he will be notified immediately. Would you like to continue? And I know my kids. If they know I'm going to know they were looking, they are not going inside. So what happens if they do? So if Mary actually logged in, I would immediately get an email indicating who accessed my account, time and date stamped, and the IP address that it came from. Now, if I'm dead, I'm not going to see that, and it's working as expected. If I'm not, and I get the email, I'm grabbing the phone saying, sweetheart, I am not dead. Why are you in my account? And I always have the ability to change their permissions, what they can see within the vault. Okay. So the question is, who uses the legacy vault? Well, individuals do. That's first and foremost, right? People who want to be prepared. They want to make sure that their families don't have to go through what perhaps they went through when they lost a loved one. Second, estate planning attorneys use this product all across the country because they want their clients to be truly organized. And the legacy vault for them is commonly referred to as the missing piece to a complete estate plan. And then, of course, there's professionals like you, notaries, LDAs, insurance agents, trust delivery agents, and so many more. And why? Well, because you guys are already the trusted person in the room, right? And this isn't about selling software. This is about helping people to avoid the worst moment of their lives from becoming even worse. If you've ever been in an appointment with a client who clearly could have used something like this, could you type a yes in the chat for me? Or if you know someone in your family, maybe even yourself, type a yes in the chat also. Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, Bill, I
Yes.
know
So
you've been
so
down
many.
this road, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Great. Thank you, guys. Uh, Met someone yesterday. Wow. Let me ask this question real quick. Has anyone on our call today ever lost someone close to you where you were actually involved in trying to track things down, find things, the morbid scavenger hunt? Lauren, absolutely. Jay Williams, yes. Yeah, so many of us have been through it. And Miller, yes. And Dina's, yeah. 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 And it's crazy. And in a situation like that, where someone maybe has dementia, right? They all those secrets are locked up in there, and we can't get them out. And yeah, Melissa, sorry, when your mother passed, you're still trying to resolve issues. Yes, I know people in the same situation. It's heartbreaking. And when you want to experience your sadness and your grief, it's very difficult to do when you're confused, frustrated, lost, possibly angry, and taking time away from what you need to do with your family or work to try and find this stuff, which is why I call it the morbid scavenger hunt, because that's when my kids would have to fly in from around the country and dig through all of dead dad's drawers to try and find everything. So, again, this is about helping people avoid the worst moment of their life from becoming even worse. So thank you for engaging with me in the chat, because it's always interesting. So let's talk about some real notary partner wins. So, and I'll just share a couple. We've got a lot. We have over 100 professional notaries just like you that partner with us around the country. But Carol has become a good friend. She was one of our original partners. When she talks about it, she always says to me, she says, Jon, all I need to do is talk about it, and it sells itself. Why? Because the same question I just asked y'all, and you've all been through it and been involved. Lisa, who joined us in September this past year, she actually sold two just by talking to people. And she didn't even have a website yet. And she did that in her first 2 weeks. As of today, she has over 22 new clients in the Legacy Vault. That's just over 4 months. So imagine, and we'll talk about pricing in a little bit, but imagine if she sold them only for $250, a one-time payment, person never has to pay again, and they have access. And that's a 50% discount off of what most partners do. That'd be over $5,000. And as you'll see in a little bit, that's what I always call an amazing return on my initial investment to become a much better helping trusted advisor to people. Nadine, who I've referenced a couple of times, he was like, I think actually our first partner. He has well over 30 legacy vaults sold people in the platform. And that's in addition to those of you who know him. He's kind of a busy dude like Bill. He's running his signing service in North Carolina. He's running the Apex Notary group and coaching and everything else he does. And I'm not sure what it is, but it's a lot of stuff. And then Janine, who started with us in mid-October, as of last week, she has 6 sales so far and a whole pipeline full. And that's an average of 2 per month so far. And that's an amazing start. And these aren't unicorn stories. These are everyday notaries just offering something that families actually need. they're notary entrepreneurs, just like you guys. That's why you're here. That's why you show up. Who one day just believe they could play a larger role in helping their clients or friends or family to protect their legacies and make money while doing it. So if you humor me again, because you guys have been super active in the chat, type a one in the chat. If that sounds like you also, you want to help more people, you want to play a larger role in people's lives. And while helping people, make more money. Awesome. Yes, 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 yes. That's wonderful. Excellent. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you being so engaged with us on the chat.
Makes such a difference. Yeah, thank you. Love to see that. Guys, when I coach notaries, there are three questions that I really drill home every single week. And these are what we call the three levers that a notary entrepreneur is going to have to pull. You got to figure these out, right? And it's how to get more customers, how to earn more per customer over the lifetime relationship with them. And the big one that often gets skipped over is how do I earn more per appointment? And this notary partner program hits all three of those at once. Every client, every family member, every friend, every colleague, basically everyone you know becomes a prospect or a potential customer for the Legacy Vault. So every past client becomes a warm sale. Every appointment increases in value. Every referral partner starts to see you really differently when you have this kind of value to bring to the table. And this is how real scalability starts to happen. So think about where you are right now in your business when it comes to these three levers or these three questions. So maybe you're brand new. So figuring out how to get more customers is the most important thing to you. But maybe you already have a solid book of past clients and you want to have a way to reignite those relationships for referrals and income. And maybe you have a solid stream of customers right now, but it's for relatively low value appointments that are less than you want to really be paid for your time and your expertise. This Legacy Vault partner solves for all three of those. And I'm going to turn it back over to Jon so he can tell you how this notary partner program actually works.
Awesome, Bill. Thank you. Yeah, before our partnership with Bill and Notary Coach, notaries have never had access to this partner level opportunity before. Um, Attorneys and financial advisors were the only ones, and normally they pay us thousands and thousands of dollars per year for this opportunity. But because of our partnership, we've opened up a notary only pathway. And so here's what you get, and here's where it differentiates from what our attorney partners do. So you get the ability to sell the lifetime legacy vault, which our company doesn't sell. Let me tell you what that means. If someone were to go to my website, they have the choice to subscribe and pay annually for $129 a year. And again, next year and next year and forever. We don't offer a lifetime option. Only our notary partners can do that. And our notary partners offer it at a one-time payment only of $495. Never pay again. And we can get into, in the Q&A why that's a game changer for our notaries, because it just becomes a very unique selling proposition. But here's the best part. You keep 100% of the revenue. This is what we call total pricing freedom. You can charge what you want. Now, we don't just say, great, you're a partner, go do this thing. You get full onboarding done directly by me and Michelle, my wife and business partner, not one of our team. We do it because we're that dedicated to our notary partners. We create all the marketing materials that you'll need. We set up your custom branded portal, much like you saw when we were going through the screens. You have unlimited sales potential. You have access to the notary partner community, which is full training and support Twice a month, our partners, we have what we call the Partner Power Hour Zoom, which is usually the Partner Power Hour and a half, where we all get on and we talk about what we're doing. We share wins and successes and strategies and ideas. We have a Facebook community that is super active where everyone shares things they're working on. When they create a new marketing piece, it's put out there so others can work on it. This alone is far more than what any of our other professional partners receive.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique opportunity, John. Thank you for painting that picture there. And which, of course, sparks my favorite question. What if this is dangerous? John's been wrapped into this many times. What if? But seriously, think about this. It just opens up the imagination. What if you did make an extra $495 a week just by selling one legacy vault? How could that impact or change your life right now? Would that make a difference to you? What would an extra $500 a week do for you right now? What would you do with it? You share it in the chat? Does it help pay the mortgage? Does it lead to investing for retirement? John, a nice dinner out, barely in Scottsdale, right? Or Washington. What's pretty amazing about this, yeah, save for retirement, invest. I love those answers. A number of things, right? 495 a week is could be game-changing money, and it's totally possible. And I don't like to use the word easy. I don't think that's something we should strive for, and I don't think anything worth doing is easy, but this gets us about as close as you can because it's so simple. And if you could send this one text message to one person every day that just says, "Hey, John, I just partnered with a platform that helps families avoid the chaos when someone passes away. It's called the Legacy Vault. It's amazing. If I sent you a 2-minute video, would you watch it?" Hard to say no to that. And I want to show you the 2-minute video too. Is that okay with you guys? Because I'd like you to see this. Hang out with us for 2 minutes and 11 seconds. This is we call it the Tammy video. This is what they would see.
This is Tammy. Her mom recently passed away. And in addition to all the grief that comes with losing a parent, Tammy's also dealing with the stress of sorting through her mother's estate. Between the various bank accounts, insurance policies, financial information, attorneys, agents, and brokers, trying to make sense of it all is nearly impossible. It didn't have to be this way.
If only Tammy's mom had used the Legacy Vault powered by My Life and Wishes. It's a safe and secure legacy planning and storage solution. The Legacy Vault intuitively allows users to record, upload, and store all the information that their loved ones will need when the time comes. This simple step-by-step process allows for sharing of end-of-life decisions and funeral preferences, such as burial or cremation, type of service, and even who will give the eulogy, as well as their digital identities and assets, such as financial accounts, auto-pay accounts, and other online account access, including username, passwords, and challenge questions. Additionally, copies of all the important documents of their lives, like their will, trust, tax records, bank statements, insurance policies, marriage licenses, birth certificates, military service records, and any other data a user wishes can be uploaded and stored. This digital roadmap is accessible only to those granted permission by the user and is accessible 24/7 from anywhere with an internet or cellular connection. Give your loved ones fast and complete access to all the information they will need at a time when they're going to need it most. Don't leave a legacy full of unanswered questions. The Legacy Vault helps you plan for your loved ones tomorrow, today.
Yeah.
Pretty compelling, right? It explains the problem and the solution in just 2 minutes. I believe it makes people feel something. When people feel something, they actually take action. So let me ask a question. And as I think most of you know, I am not a notary. But as professional notaries, how many people do you see in a week? Just on average, 10, 15, 20 more? Um, could you put that number in the chat just on average? About how many people you're engaged with every week? 10 plus? Yeah. I know some are at 50. Yeah, I know you, Bill. Um, and it's not just signings, 10 to 20. Yeah, exactly. Um, and it's not just things like signings, right? It's people you know, it's friends, it's family, it's members of your church group, maybe people you know in at the chamber, BNI, etc. So here's a simple math. If I just sold one of these a week, now I might be talking to 10, 20 people every week. If I just sold one, that's an extra $25,700 a year. Can you imagine if you did two a week? That's over $50,000 a year. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, that's game changing money.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that simple math. So in addition to that, you can see there's some pretty major potential here. But in addition to that, simply having exclusive access to the Legacy Vault and that lifetime package that only partners can sell. Because you're here today, we're including 5 bonuses for those who choose to partner as annual subscribers today. And the first one is that white label branded portal that that means that every time your clients log into your Legacy Vault, they see your brand and details. So this keeps you top of mind forever. And then the team at My Life and Wishes usually charges $1,500 for this custom setup. I mean, that's what they're charging the attorneys. Today, they waive that for you. The second bonus that you get are these lifeline calls with Jon Braddock for support. So if you need help brainstorming a way to approach a customer, or if you need an extra set of eyes on some custom marketing material, Jon is there to support. Plus, what we're going to do is give you 3 to 5 copies, paperback copies of Jon's best-selling book, Click Here When I Die. And this is valuable because these make excellent gifts to potential referral partners, to family members, to anybody, and they're perfect conversation starters when you're ready to start talking about the Legacy Vault. Plus, we're going to give you nearly 2 additional months free where your rebilling is not until April 1st of 2027. So that's 2 more months to get into the rhythm and really ramp up your business and get in the groove on this so you can gain some momentum. And finally, number 5, bonus number 5, the one close to my heart. When you sign up as an annual subscriber, you get full access to the VIP level of High Performance Notary, which is my school community, loaded with the courses, resources, and the implementation plan to support your entire notary endeavor, including the Legacy Vault. And that's a $590 annual value just in itself. Plus, the cool thing is Jon's got his team lined up for you, so he'll have you up and onboarded, ready to start earning revenue by next Thursday, February 12th. 1 week from today, your entire life and business could be changed and moving in a totally new direction. So you can see, in addition to increasing your revenue, making it possible to earn an extra $25,000 a year if you just sell one per week, and over $50,000 if you were to sell 2 Legacy Vaults per week, we have a ton of additional value for you. And that price to join the program, well, I'll turn it over to you, Jon, the price on the annual pricing.
Yeah, so the annual price is $2,990 a year. Okay, that is typically our attorney partners pay us somewhere between $3,500 and $5,000. a year. So this is significantly discounted for our notary community. This gives you full access to the program, all of the marketing materials that you need, the customized portal, all the training and support, our community with over 100 current Legacy Vault partners. And all of my partners have my cell number. I get text messages all the time from partners who say, hey, Jon, do you have 10, 15 minutes? We can have a quick chat sometime today. It's like, absolutely. I make time for all of our partners. And we will do all of your onboarding, have you set up, get marketing materials in your hands within a week by next Thursday, the 12th. And see, our notary partner program is structured as an annual partnership. And frankly, that's the very best value because it saves our partners money in the long run, as well as getting them extra bonus months on the front end. Now, for those who prefer to spread the investment out a little bit, so we do offer third-party payment options via Affirm and Klarna right through our secure checkout. So don't let the $29.90 scare you right away, because there are ways to get that broken down, in payments in a way that works for you. Now, if you decide that the annual just doesn't fit your vision just right now, we still offer a monthly subscription option. And that is $299 a month. So as you can see, that's about $3,600 a year versus $29.90. So the $29.90 is a better option, especially if you're going to do it through a firm or something like that. But I understand. If a person wants the $299 a month, we can certainly do that for you. But I want to point out that monthly is not like a trial, right? We offer monthly option only as a financing convenience. So it's not a short-term subscription. Because experience has taught us something that I think is really important over the years, that partners who commit fully are the ones who fully succeed. Partners who treat this as optional or more experimental, not so much. So I believe that requiring commitment creates alignment. It creates focus. It helps us create momentum on both sides. So the investment of $299 a month, we do ask for a 12-month commitment. And that is because we invest extremely heavily on the front end, setting things up, doing your onboarding, building a custom site for you. But here's the thing. We can do that. You can do the monthly subscription. We'll still include a few bonuses, but we can't include all the bonuses on the monthly. So with the monthly, you'll still get that custom white labeled branded portal to you, which is usually $1,500 that we charge, but we'll still waive that. And then of course you get all those Lifeline support calls directly with me. And again, here's the simple math on that. So if you're doing a monthly at $299, if you sell one vault per month at $495, your subscription's paying for itself. You're making money. And also right now is the absolute perfect time to get going. Whether you're going to do the $29.90 or the monthly. And why it's such a great time is because next Thursday on February 12th, which we can get you onboarded by then, we are rolling out our first ever Partners Boot Camp. And it's going to be an amazing 3 weeks. It's going to be 3 Thursdays in a row. That boot camp is really going to add fuel to the tank and designed to either get you your first few sales or many, many more.
Awesome. I'm so excited for that boot camp. And we're adding one more thing too, especially with this boot camp, just to really tip the scale and let you know that you're fully supported here. If you complete the fast start actions and you do not get a single sale from a prospect in the first 14 days, Jon and I will both personally work with you until you do, because we're that confident that if you follow the steps, you spark the conversations, and you talk about the Legacy Vault, people will buy it. People recognize the need for this. They want it. So right now, you hung in here to the very end. You have two options. Option one, of course, is that you just do nothing and life continues as it is. Option two is you become a notary partner today and access the only system available to notaries that increases revenue per client, per appointment, and lifetime value of those customers. So if this is a today decision for you, not a someday decision, but today, I want you to click notarycoach.com/partner or the link in the chat and sign up today. And these particular bonuses and this structure is available until next Thursday, February 12th. That's the only time we're guaranteeing these. And if this is the moment for you, if you're grabbing a spot today, if you are a visionary notary that's committed to making 2026 your best year yet, type "I'm in" the chat and let us welcome you while we're on this call right now. And we're going to move into the Q&A portion because I know a lot of you might have some questions. I saw a couple of great questions about security because we know people are going to ask about that, and Jon will bring that up. We had a question about whether or not documents are included in this, and we'll get those in there too. Jon, did you see that? Diamond's in.
I see that. And Kim,
welcome, Diamond.
Great. Beautiful. We're excited.
Now, as we do that, as we move into the Q&A, what I'm going to do is, as promised, I'm going to give you your second free gift for hanging in there, which is a PDF copy of Jon's best-selling book, Click Here When I Die, and that will be in the chat for you in just a moment. Again, this is a gift. Well, I know this is usually a gift for just those on the live call today, but I'll let Jon decide if we're going to do that for the replay as well. And also, I'm going to include the link to the Google document that we taught from today. So you have all the notes, all the links, everything that you would need to take massive action right then. All right. So let's see if we have any questions. Yeah, so Jon, you want to address those first?
Absolutely. So a few of the questions, and I just jotted a few down so I didn't have to keep looking to a different screen for the chat. So security, always a question that comes up. So we built this and launched the world in 2016. We started in 2015. We spent over a year on security. We knew this had to be ultra secure. And so we utilize AES 256, which is used by the US government. It's military grade encryption. We do not have any of our own servers. Everything is stored with Microsoft Azure up in the cloud with all their multiple backup locations across the country. To note, AES 256 has never been cracked because it is a code that is the equivalent of 64 untillion digits long. I have no idea how long that is, but it's pretty long. But what makes us even more unique is that our storage is individual storage. It's not like when Target got breached and they punch a hole in the wall and then someone has accessed all the data. Everyone is stored individually. So if someone could crack AES 256 to a specific account, they would access one account. So we have never in over 10 years now had any incidents whatsoever. And in all likelihood, from our security experts, the only way someone would access your account would be if they had your username and password and you were not using two-factor authentication. Now, that being said, we designed this purposefully that if people didn't want to put sensitive information that they were worried about in there, they could do so and yet still build a roadmap. So for you, those of you who have been through this experience, which many of you have, if I simply left a roadmap for my family saying, hey, my attorney is Bill Soroka, my financial advisor is Kim Logan, Tawanda Watson is my accountant, I bank at Arizona Bank and Trust, I have a checking, savings, and a money market. I also have a safe deposit box and a checking account at Chase Bank. My life insurance is with Prudential. My retirement assets are with LPL Financial. The trust is located in my home office desk drawer. And you can see where I'm going. That would do a bad person absolutely no good. That roadmap for family, game changing. It saves them weeks of digging through boxes and searching. So people can put in as much or as little information as we want. The most important thing is making sure family know where to find everything when the time comes. Another question was about, is there fillable forms and things that are included with this? The answer to that is no. People can upload and store their forms. So if they've got their will, their POAs, those things through an attorney, they can do that. However, a lot of states have those forms available for people that they can download, state-specific POA that would get witnessed or notarized, probably notarized, and those other forms. And so what we tell people is, if they're not using an attorney, they can go get the state forms, download them, complete them, get them properly authorized, and then simply upload them into the vault.
Great questions.
Yeah. And it also, I know Miller's working on getting a stamp right now. That is awesome. Congrats on that. To note, you don't have to have a stamp. This is not just for notaries only. And so while you're working on it, it's still something that you can use within the program. So we don't require you to have a commission. And it also means you can sell it anywhere. You're not bound by the state that you're commissioned in as a notary, right? So you have friends, family, people who live in other parts of the country. There are no boundaries on this. You can sell it to anyone, anywhere.
Absolutely. Which follows up with Kim's question there, right? It is not state specific. In fact, some of the coolest things I've seen some of our partners doing is working with expat communities. Communities of people who are U.S. citizens living in Mexico. This is a great, or they travel a lot. This is such a great tool for those situations. And remember, this is not notary specific, so you can take your notary hat off. This does not require a commission. This is just a special exclusive opportunity that we're making through Notaries because of the special relationship that Jon and I have through My Life and Wishes and Notary Coach. What other questions do you have? All right. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for sharing part of your Thursday with us, or whatever part of your day is if you're watching the replay. This is a real, like I said, a special opportunity, and I'm glad that you've taken some time to expose yourself to this and see what is possible. So Miller, yes, it's the link to the video is in the document that I've shared. It's in the Google document. You have access to that. I saw your previous question too. Can I share this with other people and see if they're interested? We don't have a lock on that. If you want to reach out and send that text message, because the script's in there for you too, if you want to send that link out and say, hey, this is something I'm adding to my business, what do you think? Absolutely. There's no rules against that. You'll see how people respond to this. Yes, tell me more. I want to know more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kim wants to know, what is the price charged to the prospective client? That's the beauty of this. You can sell it to the client for any price point you want. The only requirement we have of our partners is that if you advertise or put this on your website, which most do, that the one-time only payment, the lifetime option, you listed at $495. One time, never pay again. The reason we do that is because I don't want the internet to compete with my partners back and forth. Okay. So now, that being said, you can sell it for whatever you want. Most of our partners say, hey, ask about our discount for veterans or military. Ask about our first responders discount. And so many of our partners advertise it at $495, but they'll sell it for $395 or $295, one-time payment. They never have to pay again. And the beauty of it is, those of you who partner with us and join, to set an account up for somebody takes literally 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So I don't know anywhere that even if I sold it for $295, I don't know anything in the notarial world that in 5 minutes I can get paid $295, or $495. To make $495, you've got to do at least one trust signing during the course of the week, and then a whole bunch more stamps. So, yeah, but you can sell it for whatever price point you like.
Miller asked a question too, John. Maybe you can take this one. It's just that not able to sign up today. So wanted to know if she's able to send that video, see if somebody would purchase it, and use those funds to sign up as a partner.
Absolutely. So we actually had a partner back in the fall who was in the same situation. It was just, timing just wasn't great, but got it, understood. She said, and she had reached back out to me and contacted a good friend. And the good friend said, "Oh, yeah, I definitely would do that." And so she told her good friend that usually it's $495, but I can make it available to you for $395, $100 off. But I can't set you up till next week. But it was a good friend who said they would pay her now. And so she collected the money. She contacted me. We set her up, and she started selling the vaults. So yes, share the video if someone's interested. Set your price point and contact me. We'll get you set up and going, and it's a great start. And the beauty is when you put it in someone's hands and they understand it and they start using it, it becomes really easy to ask them for referrals. Because me as a guy, if someone sold it to me and I'm using it, my first thought's going to be, man, my adult children should be using something like this. And so I call my daughter. I mean, she's down in Florida. I can call my daughter and say, "Sweetheart, you need to call, my friend Miller, get you set up with a legacy vault and boom, because you're not bound anyway." And yes, Dina's got a good question. Could someone sign up as a company, not an individual, so other business partners can sell a package? Yeah, there's a couple different ways, and I'm trying to. There's three things, and maybe they're overarching. One is this can become a good employee benefit. So you might be talking to someone that who has a small company. They don't want to partner, but they think it'd be great for their employees. You can do that. A company can sign up, and then they can sell it out to other people. That's a program that we have. If you talk to them and they want to partner with us, like you do as a partner, we'll bring them on, and then we pay a $600 referral fee for that.
John, I think she just means if like her and her spouse or her partner wants to sell it together, do they have to sign up separately or can they just?
Oh, heck no. I'm sorry. And again, I apologize because I've got a couple of monitors here and I'm looking over here and I've got the wrong glasses on. Yeah, absolutely. We have that a lot of cases where it's a husband and wife, it's two business partners. They join. We just onboarded our newest partner on Tuesday this week, and her daughter-in-law lives 2 states away. Her daughter-in-law wants to be a partner but can't make the investment right now, and so Joyce joined us, and she's providing all the marketing assets and things to her daughter-in-law, who's going to be talking to people on the military base where she works. And then just refer people back. And so then our partner Joyce would set the accounts up for people, and then she's just doing a revenue share with her daughter-in-law. So
Yeah, and then you want to talk about the referral program too, because there's questions about whether they send attorneys, businesses, or even other notaries to you.
yeah, absolutely. What my referral program is if and you don't have to be a partner of ours. If you send someone to me who wants to become a partner, that could be a law firm, that could be a notary, it could just be somebody who understands this and just wants to do this and offer it. You make the referral to me. I will talk with them. If they partner with us, I send you a check for $600.
Yep. Great. Great questions, guys.
Yeah, really good question. This has been a great group. It's funny, we do these periodically, and depending on the time of day or the day of the week, it's like sometimes it's crickets and nobody's engaged. And you guys have been awesome this morning. So we really appreciate that. It makes it much more fun for us.
Absolutely. And how would we connect with you with the referral?
Yeah. I put my email already in the chat. I'll put it in again so you don't have to scroll.
Also, if you happen to be part of the high performance notary community, we have a whole section for Jon in the Prosperity Hub in the classroom that maps out the details and has all his contact information there about how this referral program works as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I put my email in the chat. Two things you can do with that email. Number one is if you have any questions following this meeting, feel free to email me. Happy to chat with you and answer any further questions you might have. Two, if let's say you're talking to be it another notary or maybe as an estate planning attorney or something like that, the easiest thing, what most partners do is they just do a quick email introduction to both parties saying, hey, Bill, I want you to introduce you to Jon Braddock. He's got this amazing, product that other attorneys are using across the country. It's been a game changer. Hey, Jon, Bill's this, elite estate planning attorney in Great Falls, Montana. I thought you guys should maybe connect. And as soon as I see those emails come through, then I reply to everybody and I start working to get a Zoom meeting scheduled with whomever you've referred.
Beautiful. All right, great questions, guys. Let's wrap it up. I'll go last questions going once, going twice. You can unmute and ask too, or raise your hand. If I were able to send you 5 referrals that decide to participate in the program, could I use that to pay for my annual?
Absolutely.
I like your thinking, Melissa.
That's why we've got these visionary entrepreneurs on here. Where, we don't stay in a little box. Let's think deeper because this is something that we know is going to help a lot of people. I love the fact that you all get it, but I also understand that sometimes money can be a little tight. I'm the father of 6 kids. Fortunately, they're all grown, but I understand cash flow.
I'm going to piggyback on that a little bit too, Melissa, because here's what's real. If you have the connections, the network, and the courage and gumption to have that many conversations that would result in referrals, then you can be talking about the Legacy Vault right away. You could be selling the Legacy Vault for $495 a piece or whatever discount you decided to do. That revenue is just sitting already in your network, waiting to be tapped by you. Just comes down to that one text message and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Jon, closing words for our amazing audience for a Thursday afternoon.
I'd like to say thank you guys for making the time. It shows you're truly, visionary and you're looking for things to better expand what you do. So, if you're ready to help more people, if you're ready to expand your business, and if you're ready to make a little bit more money, join us because we're ready for you.
Excellent. And Jon, as usual, I just want to say thank you for making this opportunity available to our notary community in the first place. This is a huge opportunity that not everybody would be open to. So thank you for having the courage for adventure to answer those what if situations and questions and helping notaries grow their business beyond what any have ever thought of before.
And as you know, I love notaries. I like working with the notaries probably more than the attorneys because, frankly, the notaries have much better personalities.
We'll edit
don't
that
share
part
that.
out. So
don't share that with any of my attorney partners, but it's true.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. You have a great rest of your week and weekend. Hopefully, we will see you in the new Legacy Vault Partner Program with My Life and Wishes. Bye bye.